Hey YouTube, yeah, sorry, I'm having to redo this one. The mic had decided to turn itself off. Really annoying, which means it might not faffle quite as much. So it's back from its banishment through next door. My now think it's about a 1991, 1992 Carlton High Gain Series 2 made in Coatbridge, Wishaw. Something I don't know if it's round about there. Yes, so the reason I had this was banished was because the volume controls, the two that really mattered, like the clean volume just crackled and used to cut in and out, and the master volume used to crackle and cut out. Still crackles a little bit, but not badly. So just getting this amp back as soon as, well, basically all I did was take it to bits and clean it. I was going to think about replacing the pots and stuff, which I probably could. That's where I got the date from. The pots are made in Britain, and some of them have 90 and some of them have 91 etched on them, so I reckon that's the year. So not earlier than 1991 is what I'm thinking. These are bizarre amps. This is an appeal to anyone who's got one and knows anything about them. I bet you that guy in the Jim Deacon shop would know something about them. Kind of weird. I've not seen this exact model. If you Google them, not very many come up. There's one that always comes up to the Camel, which was a valve amp, which came out after that. Apparently, what happened was, I can't find the article now, but I did read a thing, and it was like some business thing from the Strathkelvin Advertiser or something like that from 1992, and they were talking about it. And this guy couldn't afford an amp, so made one using like modern parts. So it's got like lots of chips in it. It's like it's a different, it's not a normal kind, like actual circuit thing. And he started making them and did well. People bought them, and then he was kind of saying, well, you can't really sell boutique handmade in Scotland amps that are transistors. They've got to be valve amps. So they made a valve amp, which apparently isn't that good, but I don't know. I've never seen one. They all look pretty much exactly the same. I think they've all got exactly the same bent metal chassis. It's just like sometimes the knobs are different. They do different things. This one, they've always got these 4 switches along the front, which I've actually got. I cut up a MIDI lead, and I can turn off all these on and off these 4 switches using this 4-button put switch I got off my pal Andrew, which is nice. It's just, it sounds, it's so clean and awesome. Like the valve amps don't do that. So this one was always going to stay anyway. If you noticed it, up until yesterday, it was the PV 50 watt, which I'm going to sell. To be honest, I might sell it and the orange or something like that. Kind of not needing it. I like that because it's not really worth any money, and it's made of solid wood, and it's so heavy and interesting, and it sounds pure amazing. Like, that's just using an internal speaker. I just need to. I'm going to have a wee bit of a mess about with my pedal board to see, like, clean sounds fine, but see if I use my normal rat pedal. It's kind of harsh, and it's not really doing. I think part of what I use the rat pedal for is like driving the valves or something in a normal amp or a tube amp. It just seems very aggressive. Not that keen on that sound. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start using this Boss overdrive pedal, which actually I bought a bass, and the guy said there's a pedal in it doesn't work, but you can have it, and then that was this pedal. So this is the OS2, which is an OD1 and a DS1. Like this last knob, I think they've normally only got 3 knobs on the DS1 or the OD1. If you've got it all the way to one side, it's the OD, and if you put it the other way, you get the DS. So I'm thinking that this has got enough stuff on it to make this sound good. As I say, it does have distortion channels and stuff on it, which I've kind of started faffing about with. It doesn't really make that much sense. So it's quite easy here. You've got master volume, clean volume, bass, middle and treble, all sorted, and then you've got the lead channel, which has got 4 switches. One turns on the lead, Then you've got a presence, which has got a knob here. It's got a preamp 2, which is these two knobs, which is a drive and a gain. And then you've got a gain boost, which I think is just a set boost. I'm probably going to do some, after this video, I'm going to stick in a loop and then I'm going to mess about with the knobs while, rather than playing a note, twiddling with it. I'll just put something in. It's adding distortion. This is me sort of roughly setting up earlier on. Preamp 2. Gain boost. But I think what I kind of worked out is I think that the 4 buttons is not really, you're not meant to be able to get like 3 or 4 foot switchable sounds out of it. You're basically meant to have your clean side, and then you set up a sound using these dials. So when you turn on to that, you've got your one distorted sound, because it's kind of, you know, there's such big jumps. You know, I was thinking it'll be great if you could get like a sort of moderately light lead sound, kind of what I try to do, and then you can add more in. Maybe you just get used to these things. Maybe it doesn't sound that bad. The trick is to have that gain boost on actually. That's my Pi fuzz pedal, which is kind of, someone told me once it's like the Sabracadabra pedal, but I think that might just be because it's red and got 4 knobs, but it's a kind of sort of fuzzy, ratty thing. It's kind of working okay with this amp. That pedal is, unlike the Rat. Maybe a bit 80s sounding somewhere. I can use that. But actually sitting here thinking, got a couple of interesting pedals up, maybe go into. What about the Washburn Stack in a Box? Which is a drive pedal to turn your late 80s, early 90s amp that doesn't have a very good distortion into a sound like a Marshall Stack. Might be exactly what that amp wants. It kind of doesn't really work that well with the big, you know, the tube amps, because they kind of are a stack, so it's like it doesn't need one in a box. Maybe, perhaps the Governor. These are really dusty, these pedals. Maybe the Governor's the one to go for actually. Like as a sort of low level distortion. Yeah. And then see, because it's really clean, and sounds fantastic clean. And lovely reverb. I'm wondering if maybe put the chorus pedal in, might be an idea. Get some proper 80s jangle on the go. It just got a sound to it. This guitar sounds flipping amazing as well. I keep coming back to this one. Just got the best single coils of all the Roadsters because I did a comparison. They're really low output, they're like 4K. They're Super 4s or Super 5s or something they're called. The bridge pickup is an Ibanez Super 70. So, and my pal Mr. White has just done a video this morning where he was in messing about with his. He's got one of these, but it's black, and he's changed the pickups out. So I put in noiseless modern pickups. So like, but the ones around are fucking amazing. He's already got rid of the Super 70 and put a pink DiMarzio in there. So it should be interesting to see. You get a cover over it though. So his is the kind of the opposite of this. So I've got pole pieces on the Super 70, and then these are both poleless. So he's got like a black cover on his pink DiMarzio, so it's kind of it matches these, and then he's replaced these with normal looking pickups. That's what we should uncover the DiMarzio. Put the original these two back in again. Put the DiMarzio in pink, all black guitar. Pink. I can just imagine someone at the back of a gig. Up here, all right. I wonder what kind of guitar that is. The beardy looking guy's playing. And they're going to go, I don't know, but it's got a DiMarzio in it. Because you're not going to be able to see the rest of it. They're the one that make pink super distortions. Yeah, so finding out which pedals I can use to get a good distortion sound, or maybe just actually faffing about. No, because I can't use that distortion sound when I'm doing the loop pedal. That's why I don't generally tend to use the drive channels in any of the amps in here. I just have them in clean because I want to be able to put a clean backing track down on the loop pedal, and then I know you could put it in the effects loop, which it does actually have an effects loop. It's also got an extension speaker out on it as well. I don't know why you would want to use something other than this gloriously, unbelievably heavy. The magnet on this thing's, I could feel it pulling the guitar towards it just now. But I do remember having a shot of my pal Ian, who's out of luck. He's taken too long to come and get his guitar. He's now going to have to get a shot of this because he said he pure hates the sound of that. It sounds pure awful. I was like, I'll give you a shot of it, but once I've fixed it, so I've now fixed it. So, but he had it wasn't this one. It was the Behringer modular pedals, and the blue one, the guitar one, didn't really. It just kind of worked like a sort of not very good distortion pedal when I was running it through like the orange and stuff like that. But when I put it through that, it's like that's what it's for. It's for that. Going into a super clean transistor amp and then adding in things to make it sound like valves and not making. It didn't really do very much. And the thing, like, similar thing happens when my Softtech. See the Softtech when I'm running that in the studio, and I use the rat pedal. The rat pedal doesn't do anything because it's already what it sounds like. It just sounds like it's got a rat pedal on, unless you turn the volume down. Really, you can make it sound cleaner, but it just sounds like it's got a rat pedal on, right to the point of taking a rat pedal. You can use it as a slight volume boost or a volume cut, I suppose, but the filter don't seem to do anything. It's just like, you've already got this sound, but that's just. It's just not right. seem to hate that pie pedal though. See, now I'm kind of thinking, what's wrong with that distortion sound? Is that not quite like that? But I'm going to switch. So that's the orange. Maybe I've just got it up much louder. It's so much fuller. I see the rat pedal into the orange kicks. It's like the character's still there, but it's got like there's no bottom end on the. It's like the opposite way around. This one now has so much more depth to it when you're using the rat pedal, as opposed to clean, whereas that's got much more depth clean. Yeah. I don't know if any of that's coming through in the mic. It won't be helping that I'm standing in front of the orange between it and the mic either. So put the big pillow in front of the speaker. Good move. It's just got a sort of like. It kind of sounds like a CD rather than a record player, which kind of works really well for the cleans. Kind of sounds like you're there. So. Bit of perseverance, I shall make it work. And if anyone knows anything about these, give me a shout if you've ever had one. You don't have to be much older than me. I'm 91, 92, 93. So I could easily have seen these when I started looking at guitars. That would have been, what, 96 or 97? They could easily have still been in shops and I've just walked past them. Probably not looking like that. Which actually is quite funny. When I first saw it, I thought, oh my god, it's a Mesa Boogie. You know, because the Mesa Boogie does kind of look like that, but when you actually look at a photo of a Mesa Boogie, it's like totally the most gorgeous, you know, deep Gibson Les Paul AAA top type wood. It looks very, very well. It is very, very expensive, and this one is just made of solid wood, like made by Jim the Joiner. You know, it's like who's really good at building cabinets. It's solid. It's just totally unpretentious and not fancy wood, just actual wood. But it's a keeper. It's definitely a keeper. So even distorts here. That's with the humbucker. Whereas if we go into the single coils, it's just. Check it as well. That just sounds pretty amazing. So I need to start recording again so I can actually use it. Also, it goes bang every time you turn it off. That's not perfect. But apart from going bang every time you turn it off, it's a rocker. Catch you later. Hope the audio worked in this one.